And gentlemen, game 3, SULSA versus MHG. Who will win? Who will lose? Let's find out. For the side of SULSA, we've got Kleber, Daring, Yuying, Harugamo, Des Moines, Nevsky, Yamato, and Vermont. Interesting to see a Vermont. For the side of MHG, we've got Marceau, Shima, Moskva, Salem, Moskva, Petro, Nevsky, Vermont, and Ohio. And so let's see where these teams end up going towards, ladies and gentlemen, as we see the splits. A couple interesting things. Vermont on both teams is intriguing to me because of the fact that it's got the slower reload. Plenty of cruisers with radar, but a 4 versus 3 DD advantage, or disadvantage, depending on how you look at it, will be interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on. Now, Daring and Marceau going into the middle, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of MHG is going to be an interesting competition with Yuying and Kleber. Yuying has radar, so they'll have a slight advantage there, but there is still the smoke for the Daring, which after the Yuying radar runs out, will be an advantage. Kleber, though, having the reload booster, might be able to kill something in the Yuying radar, and so we're going to have to keep an eye out to see what happens, because this is going to be intriguing. See how this plays out. Looks like one ship for each team heading towards the home caps, and then D, a very aggressive push from SULSA towards D. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see how well they can do it. Now, Daring getting ready to back in. Yuying's radar doesn't quite... Now it'll spot. And they got to be careful. The Petro of Agent Tangerines has a radar as well. So as soon as that radar pops, a counter radar can be executed if they wish. Shells out from the Vermont onto the Ohio, who's spotted. And from the Yamato. Jackaruniru. First salvo in... 11,000. And watch out. Here comes a second salvo. Oh, and it just misses. Not a big amount of damage. Marceau spots the Kleber. Kleber of Platinito. 25,000 health. There's the Yuying radar. So, are they going to suspect the Yuying or not? We'll see. Daring immediately backs out because he doesn't want to risk it. They spot the Yuying. Here come the shells. Yuying now in trouble. Petro can radar if they need to. We'll see how much they choose to. Yuying gets out. Only a little bit of damage so far is big. And the Daring absolutely being focused fire. Down to 12,000 almost. Still okay. He's going to have the heals. A little less damage than it looked like he was going to take. But that is a brutal awakening for him. And now the home cap's taken. Slight advantage for the side of SULSA, but that's not going to be that much in the long run of things. Shots in on the Kleber of Platinito. Platinito at 22,000 to change. They're looking for the Marceau. They haven't found him. And now the Daring starts to back in. But look at this control over here. Des Moines sitting right outside D. Vermont of Zeckles. 79,000 health. And having to be cut back. Shimakaze can't fight a Harugamo and a Daring. So this is going to be interesting to see how this one works out. Zeckles does take a fire. Push into C happening again. There's the radar from the Salem. Salem radar will find the Des Moines, the Daring, and the Harugumo. Shots out onto the Harugumo. Harugumo gets dark, but does take a little bit of damage. Down about 6,000 total health across the game. And now the Des Moines and the Daring are moving. Vermont with the shells out, looking at that Daring. MHG wants to get damage on him. Doesn't really get much. The Yu Yang of Soppet forward is taking a lot, though. 5,000 health remaining. Daring should be good with those torps coming in because he's got the Hydro on. Looks okay. Marceau backs up. Daring doesn't have to worry about those torps hitting. Petro shells just hit the island. And Petro doesn't have a radar for a while, but here comes the Nevsky slowly but surely. Still 4 points, neither team above 300 yet. Health all but even. Yeti takes a chunk there. On fire but healing. Platinito spotted in the Colbert. Daring backs out, down to 9,000 health. He's going to take a little bit more, down to 8,000. The Marceau of Memezed trying to get him. But honestly, SULSA has been playing a lot better with the dip in, dip out of caps play right now. SULSA does manage to take D. That'll give them the 2-1 cap lead, and so now they'll start to increase that lead slowly but surely. And watch out, Nuke 2 shots in, and he gets chunked by the Vermont, down to 26,000. He does have heals left. He's trying to get himself to a safe spot. Now the heal comes out. That'll pop him up, but he's being focused down by that Harugumo as long as he's spotted. Shells just ahead of him. Hasn't taken too much more yet. Down to 33,000. More shells in. Here comes shells from the Yamato, and they get another 12k off his nose. Lowers down his healing to about 3,000 or 30,000 and change. And now the Salem's on fire, hasn't used the DCP, shots out from distance, gonna just miss. Nuke 2 playing the dance for his life. And now MHG back in onto C. They got Cobras taken in. Radars are in a position to deny that to an extent. Yu Yang doesn't have one for 16 seconds, which will be tight on timing to stop him. Nevsky's is actually a little bit further than I thought, so they don't have the radar timings right now. Cap is going to be taken, which will lock the lead to be about 54 to 56 points. Shells out. They do spot the Daring. Shots on the Petro. Don't hit the Petro. Shots on the Daring as he tries to retreat. Daring runs away, but Daring is going to take just a hint of damage here so far. Down to 10,000 and change. More shells in. Down to 9,000. On fire. Under 9,000 now. He DCPs, ladies and gentlemen. And now it becomes the question of, do these shells that are coming in set him on fire? Because if one of them does, he is in a brutal spot. No fires yet, but down to 4,000. And he has no heals, so he is being rendered useless. But MHG now going to be able to go over and take A because nobody's stopping it. So that'll start to bring the points rapidly back in their favor. And the health is still anybody's. This game is not decided yet. And first blood goes to the side of MHG. They find the Harugumo and they kill that Harugumo. Shells in on the Salem. Salem down to 12,500 and ticking. His heal can only bring him up to about 13,000, which is a major loss for him. But he is still alive. And now it's a 60-point lead for MHG as they look to knock off SULSA. And the Salem of Nuke, yeah, sitting at 11,100. He has a heal that'll barely do anything. And there with A capped, now SULSA's on the back foot. 72 points down, 30,000 health down, and a ship down. They need to respond and fast if they want to win this game. Big hits onto the Vermont. Vermont down to 36,000. You can heal up about 14,000 of that, if that, ladies and gentlemen. And now we watch and we see it. Where's the push come? The Yamato of Peregrine still sitting out there looking. The spotting is in. Salem spotted. Does Salem get himself out of trouble? Or will the Des Moines radar mean that the Yamato has the shots? Here come the Yamato shots, ladies and gentlemen. How accurate are they? Shots are in. Salem down to 6,000. He's going to pop the heal. Heal will take him back up to 10,700. That's his max health at this point, ladies and gentlemen. And you know that SULSA wants to kill him off. Kleber of Platnito down up north to 4,700. Platt trying to stay alive, but he is on a fire. He can DCP it right now. Watch for the DCP as he turns it out. Using the reload booster, trying to get as much damage onto that Marceau. And the Yamato gets the Salem on the next salvo. That'll buy them some time. Points lead back down to 30, but it's still 3-1 caps and 40,000 health towards MHG. Vermont also down to 1 heal noticeably. So, health lead, but a lot of ships that are down to 1 or no heals for the side of MHG. See the Vermont starting to push over in onto the Cap of A, and he murders the Nevsky. Nevsky at 6,800. His health pool's just been absolutely dropped. He'll heal back up a decent chunk of that, but that's major hits. And that is the plus side to bring the Vermont. You can see the health pool now 20,000 in favor of SULSA, despite them being down for so long. Moskva doesn't have a DCP. Moskva doesn't have a heal ready for 50 seconds. This could be curtains for the Moskva, ladies and gentlemen. 18,000 in dropping. Here come shots from the Yamato. How accurate are these shots from the Yamato going to be? Yamato shots are in, down to 8,000. It's 1 fire right now. 24 seconds. Another shell salvo misses. Moskva's dark, but the Des Moines has the angle. Can the Des Moines finish him off? 4,300 on the Des Moines. 3,600. It really depends on these shots. And it looks like the Moskva will make it out with his life barely. 2,700 health. He doesn't have a heal for 22 seconds, but he's still okay. Vermont down to 25,000. Daring at 2,400. There's so many low health ships that SULSA wants to take out, but they just haven't been able to finish any. Vermont manages to dodge those, but now SULSA is down by 130. They need caps at this point. They need caps, they need kills. And with a Petro that's at 55,000 health sitting in C, that becomes a quite challenging task. Shimakaze of Zulu the Scrub spotted, forced back as the Des Moines radars him. Takes a little bit of damage, nothing major yet. Kleber being at 851 hertz. Marceau at 1149 hertz. Nevsky's healing up. And they're trying again. They get a little bit more chunk damage on him. Daring wins the fight against... Panda would win against Cobra was taken. So Cobra was taken doesn't want to be spotted with his health. He doesn't have another heal. He doesn't want to be spotted. He does want to be aggressive and keep stuff spotted, though, so we'll have to keep an eye out. The side of MHG now cresting 700 points. They're 3 minutes and 40 seconds away from victory. They're also only down 14,000 health. Another chunk onto the Vermont. Vermont down to 14,000. That'll force out the last heal. The last heal, which will tick up to about 35,000. Maybe less. Was deceptive. Maybe 30,000. And now, if you're the side of SULSA, you need a kill. And the Nevsky goes down, ladies and gentlemen. The Nevsky over here goes down. That is big. 800 points now for MHG. SULSA now really under pressure with 2.5 minutes. Until they win. Vermont using the heal. Uh-oh, Daring spotted. Cobra was taken's been spotted. That's the worry we had. Panda has the lead. Panda gets him. That buys another 30 seconds for the side of SULSA as they look to try to contest and take caps. But still, they're penned up here on, if we look at this, these ships are locked in here. They try to push around. They have a Moskva that's healing on the corner. And a Vermont here. Petro pushed up. Ohio pushed up. Marceau preventing the Kleber. Nevsky spotted, but not dead. Down to 9,000. That's a big hit. But 2.5 minutes left. The Vermont's used his heal. He's got 15 seconds of the heal. He does have a DCP. He needs to stay alive. Down to 7,300. There's the DCP. He needs to stay alive for 6 more seconds. This is going to be tight. I don't know if he does, ladies and gentlemen. Shots are in. He's down to 2,300. Down to 700. He's going to get the heal off. The heal will get off. That'll save him. 2 minutes until the side of... 2 minutes until the side of MHG wins. SULSA really looking. They're going to move the Daring into A. That'll give them a little bit more time. But with 4.5 minutes left overall, you need the kills now. Yu Yang will spot the Shima. Shima doesn't have a radar to spot him, but they do get the Yu Yang, or they get the Shima down to 14,000. Shells in. He's down to 13,000. Yu Yang trying to get himself into a spot where he can't get killed. Shima backing up, looking for the shots. Shots in on the Shima, down to 11,000, but that Yu Yang still spotted by the Petro. Daring about to push in on the Marceau. Marceau is going to be spotted by the Daring, and this gives a chance. But the Yu Yang of SULSA goes down, ladies and gentlemen. MHG is now 54 seconds away, and they are up a ship. Marceau spotted. Marceau trying to run away. Here come the Nevsky shells. Here come the shells from the Daring. He's trying to go dark. Down to 6,200. 5,600. Shots out. 4,600. 4,200. Will the Marceau get away? No, he's opening up now. He wants to kill the Daring. Daring's at 7,000. He's going to smoke up now that the Marceau has opened up and broke his detection. Marceau down to 2,700. There's 50 seconds left until the side of MHG wins. Will this Marceau go down? A is being contested now. 1,200 left on the Marceau. Marceau trying to get that Daring. 900. That is a ticking fire. They get one more hit. He's gone, ladies and gentlemen. One more hit. 500. Here comes the shells. They still haven't managed to hit him. They get him, and ladies and gentlemen, that buys them a minute. 3 minutes left in the game. 576 to 916. But look out. The Yamato. Yamato takes a torp. He's down to 18,000. Doesn't have a heal left. They've got to push the Yamato and Des Moines in, and this is not a push you want to make. Here come the shells from the Moskva all the way on the edge of the map. The Yamato of SULSA, ladies and gentlemen, is going to go down. And as he goes down, that will be the chances of SULSA in this game going with him. 1,000 health, 230. He goes down. It's 984. 18 seconds to victory. And MHG is going to take this game, and they will take the series. SULSA tried so hard, but MHG fights it back just that little bit harder. And they, ladies and gentlemen, will be your win. And so MHG will take the game. They will take the series. And they move on. What a game.